The Christmas tree tradition goes back to the ancient Egyptians and Romans. They would decorate their evergreens in the winter solstice to signify that spring would soon return. The symbol of the upside-down tree may have begun in the 7th century. Folklore around the topic credits Benedictine monk named Boniface. According to the legend, he saw a group of pagans worshiping an oak tree, so in response, he cut down the tree, and in its place, he grew a fir. Boniface then cut down the fir and turned it upside down. He used its triangular shape as a way of explaining the Holy Trinity to the pagans. Turning a Christmas tree upside down first carried forward as a tradition in the Middle Ages when Eastern European Christians would invert them to represent the Trinity and crucifixion. When Prince Albert of Germany got a tree for his new wife, Queen Victoria of England, a drawing of the couple in front of the tree appeared in Illustrated London News in 1848. It's believed that this one particular sketch drove a wave of desire across the globe to begin the modern-day traditions of a tree trimmed as we know it in our own homes. 98% of all Christmas trees are grown on farms. In the United States, about 350 million Christmas trees are currently growing on tree farms, according to the National Christmas Tree Association. Only 2% of Christmas trees are actually cut from the wild. The Nordmann fir has been a popular Christmas tree choice in Europe for a number of years and is gaining momentum in the United States. It's preferred among other evergreens due to its excellent needle retention and the softness of the needles, and how it's perfect for people with allergies. Unlike other trees, it lacks the typical aroma, which makes it more tolerable for many more people. Christmas trees can play host to thousands of bugs. The types of bugs living in your Christmas tree will differ depending on the type of tree and the location where you live. Major insects inside the trees that you bring into your home may include aphids, bark beetles, mites, praying mantises, scale insects, spiders, moths, sawflies, weevils, bark lice, ticks, and webworms. Because of this, you might prefer an artificial Christmas tree, and those do have a very interesting history. In the 1800s, trees in Germany began to suffer. It was fashionable to cut the top of a large fir tree and leave the remainder of the tree to die. Because of this mass destruction, the first goose feather artificial trees were introduced in Germany in the 1800s. By the early 1900s, the Addis Brush Company built a better artificial Christmas tree. Now, Addis was known for making one of the first toilet bowl brushes. They used that same method for constructing artificial Christmas trees. This immediately proved to have huge success, many advantages over goose feather Christmas trees of the past, and they could hold weight and ornaments. In 1955, the Modern Coatings Company of Chicago obtained a patent for an aluminum Christmas tree. The trees were space-aged. They were sought after, but they were very bulky and difficult to assemble. The Modern Coatings 6-foot handmade tree retailed for $80. That would be the equivalent of paying $760.38 for a Christmas tree today. In December 1958, the toy sales manufacturer of the Aluminum Specialty Company, Tom Gannon, spotted one of the modern coating trees at a store in Chicago. Gannon bought the tree. He brought it back to Aluminum Specialty's headquarters in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. At the time, Aluminum Specialty was best known for making pots, pans, but the company also had a big toy division. Among other things, they made aluminum Christmas tree ornaments. Aluminum Specialty engineers deconstructed the modern coatings tree and then they redesigned it. They added foil needles and they reduced the manufacturing cost to less than $12. The Aluminum Specialty tree was unveiled at the American Toy Fair in March of 1959, and it was a huge success. Orders started pouring in from everywhere. That Christmas, Aluminum Specialty sold 10,000 aluminum Christmas trees, and it produced those for roughly around $25 a piece. The next year, the company dedicated several of its production lines to the manufacture of the aluminum trees, and it was under the brand name Evergleam. Aluminum Specialty was producing around 150,000 aluminum Christmas trees a year, making them available in multiple varieties and colors. It's believed, though, that after Charlie Brown Christmas was released in 1965 to an audience of 15 million people on television, the popularity of the aluminum tree was all but dead. In the program, Linus and Charlie are looking for the perfect Christmas tree. Linus comes across some aluminum Christmas trees and likens the emotional appeal of that gleaming fur to the hull of a B-52 bomber. Through the remainder of the cartoon, they finally locate that one special lonely tree, forsaken and small, with needles falling all about. Charlie proclaims this to be the perfect tree. It's that emotional pull that drives people to shy away from these aluminum works of art and back to the real tree that they grew up with so long ago. As popularity waned, the novelty of aluminum trees became more niche. So much so, the rare versions are now selling at amazing prices. Today, a pink aluminum tree, which is very hard to come by, most recently sold for upwards of $3,000. While artificial trees were gaining popularity in our homes, the first National American Christmas tree was lit on the White House lawn by President Calvin Coolidge in 1923. A tree from the National Tree Association had been displayed in the Blue Room of the White House since 1966. Coincidentally, 1 year after the Charlie Brown Christmas special debuted across the United States. Today, most artificial trees are made from PVC plastic. PVC trees are fire retardant, but not fire resistant. 80% of artificial trees worldwide are manufactured in China. LED trees are all the rage nowadays. It allows you to change one bulb at a time without losing the entire strand. From Honolulu to Reykjavik, Iceland, if you decorate your home with a green tree, wreaths, evergreen garland, aluminum, or an LED-lit tree with 1 billion lights, you're honoring a long-standing multicultural history. More importantly, you may be building on your own traditions and creating memories for generations to come in your own special way. These are Interesting Things with JC.